Do you need premium time but don't have any golden eagles? Even just one day of premium is just 190 GE, which, good news. With the GE for War Thunder app, you can easily get free golden eagles by completing tasks of varying difficulties. Find it on the Google Play Store and use my code for 10 extra golden eagles and get yourself that free day of premium. Today we're going to be talking about 5 common mistakes I see all throughout War Thunder of players of all different skill levels. Before we do that, of course, thank you patrons on screen. Quick disclaimer here, don't let me tell you how to enjoy your video game, even if I end up dogging on you in this video. As long as you're not cheating or breaking the rules or exploiting things, then ultimately you can't really be blamed for enjoying the game in the way that you want to. However, that being said, I think this is going to illustrate some things that I think Gaijin should change or take away the player's ability to actually do. We're doing this video through the lens of competitiveness and trying to become better at the game, so keep that in mind. And our first thing on this list of 5 mistakes in no particular order is the whole multi-role fighter that you see a lot of times in jets, but really everywhere in the game. You see me with my Phantom, I've got bombs on my plane, as well as my air-to-air loadout, and my original intention was to just go ahead and bomb bases, but instead I see a couple of juicy targets that I get to launch my missiles at, and I get some kills in the process. Is this a good idea? Well, I got some kills, and I showed you that on screen, but really that's just luck and it was for entertainment purposes. In reality, this is a horrible idea. Don't take a fantastic air-to-air fighter and completely ruin your performance with 6,000 to 8,000 pound bomb loads. It just doesn't make any sense. And a lot of times people would counter with, oh, well, I'm going to go hit the bases first and then go fighter mode, and it's basically like nothing happened and I get extra rewards. Maybe, yeah, but more often than not, probably not. You're going to get killed while you're just straight up flying right toward a base, and usually you're not going to see the entire team of fighters that's about to jump on you, and then you're dead. If nothing else, you're going to be out of position and not in a place to actually help your teammates. If you have a really good aircraft that's good at killing other fighters, then you should really just use it to kill other fighters. If you want to bomb, play an attacker, play a bomber, something like that. In reality, if you take your fighter and just run straight for a base and not really pay attention to actually playing the game in the PvP mode, well, this is probably what's going to happen to you. This is me replicating the F5C. I don't have an F5C, so the F5E is going to have to do. I have my bomb picked out, my bomb target, but I just get exploded by somebody that I didn't see. So don't take bombs on really good fighters. It's just not a great idea. Secondly, well, can you guess what the second mistake is here? Yeah, look at chat. Throughout this video, you'll see some hints in chat as far as what's actually going on. Pretty much everything you see me type in chat is satirical. I'm not being serious, it's a joke, and that goes for the entire video. If you haven't figured it out by now, our second mistake is bringing props or way under tiered vehicles into a high tier game, or just a game that it really doesn't belong in. And this goes for jets, tanks, props, you name it. It's not funny, nobody laughed. It was funny maybe the first couple times people did it back in 2013, but it really hasn't been funny ever since. Yeah, you get a full commit head-on kill in your PO2 with a pilot snipe against a Phantom, and then you'll go and post it on Reddit and try to get attention, seek validation, I don't know, whatever people get kicks out of with this. And then of course in the comments you're going to get the same recycled PO2 overpowered joke over and over and over until it becomes even less funny than it already is, if that's even possible. Something else that I touched on in chat is just another way people do this. Some people just unironically think that bringing a prop into a jet game is a good idea, like it's actually competitive. And maybe it's not a good idea for you, but for them, they get 2 kills per game minimum, like all the time. Like every single time they take a prop in a top tier, they're getting 2 kills every match, man. It's kind of overpowered when you think about it. It's just, people go head on with you and they're dumb enough to just shut up. Just stop talking. It's not funny. No, you don't. You're lying. You don't get 2 kills per battle in top tier matches with your prop. And yeah, I do it in this video, but it's for the sake of video and spreading awareness. And, well, I'm never going to do it again. Here's one that's a little bit more serious, as far as like, it's not quite so memey as the other ones have been, and that's when you're playing a top tier game, for some reason F14 players just have to take 6 Phoenixes. They have to take 6 Phoenixes, shoot them all at once at the very beginning of the match, and then the icing on the cake is that they immediately go in RTB and do absolutely nothing else to impact the match for the rest of the match. I don't know why I have to really explain why taking 6 Phoenixes in and of itself is a horrible idea, but then just shooting them at the very first things you see all the time is also not a good idea. It's kind of a double whammy when you think about it. Really the most competitive weapon on the F14, given that it only has AIM 9Hs or AIM 54s, is the AIM 7F. And sure, while taking 1-2 Phoenixes in combination with your 7Fs is not a terrible idea. I'm going to leave that in there so that you know how much I struggle to actually record these most of the time. Anyways, even though it's not necessarily a bad idea to take Phoenixes and Sparrows, taking just Phoenixes just is never the move. The Sparrow is definitely the most competitive weapon, and I take the Phoenix every once in a while as well, just for fun. I shoot 1 or 2 at the start of the match, but I'm not going to take my entire loadout as Phoenixes. It's just not a good idea. You're not going to be contributing much to your team. You might be able to show me that one time that you got all 6 of them to connect within a 20-second time span, and you got aircraft destroyed times 6, and you said, ha ha ha, Seek, look, I get 6 kills with this every single time. And again, no you don't, that was just the one time that actually worked out for you. And I think the real issue is when people do this is, like I said, they usually just go ahead and RTB right after shooting all 6 of them, basically leaving their team to fend for themselves, and they don't do anything else to contribute for the rest of the game. And if you have one F14 doing it, it's not quite as problematic, but if you have 2 F14s doing it, then you're actually losing a significant amount of power on your team. So just to reiterate, taking some Phoenixes, not a big deal. I do it myself. They're fun missiles. You shoot them off at the beginning of the game, they go active. You can put people defensive. If not, it's just fun to watch them glide in and hit the target. But in the end of the day, the AIM 7F is the most competitive weapon by far on the F14. And if you actually want to help your team win, which most people do want to win when they're playing this game, then you probably should take more AIM 7Fs. This is a good one. I'm pretty excited about this next one because the footage I got for it was pretty damn funny. Yeah, it's escorting bombers. This is especially a problem for US teams. I had originally wanted to do this clip with a B-17 and a P-51 because that seems to be like the stereotypical bomber dad and escort player duo, but I ripped my wings when I was trying to do the B-17. So here we are in the PE-8. I asked for a bomber escort, and it was really just supposed to be me talking to my friend, asking him to escort me for the sake of the video. But unfortunately for my team, like 4 people taking me up on it, and I end up getting 4 escorts this game. Look, it's wholesome. I get it. It's a direct showing of teamwork. Somebody wanting to help another player. That is very kind. And I understand where people are coming from and why they do it. But in reality, this is just such a beyond awful idea if you're the fighter. Sure, maybe the bomber is helped by this, but at the same time, maybe not, because the more people you have around you, the more enemies you're going to draw your way. But as the fighter, there's absolutely no way you can spin this to say that this is going to be beneficial to you or your team. The odds are you're probably not even going to be able to defend the bomber in the end anyways. The enemy's probably going to kill it, and if the enemy wants to come kill you first and you're acting like the Ta 154 here, the Focke-Wulf D13, or my buddy in the Yak 3, you're literally at like 30% throttle to fly formation with the bomber, which a lot of people do when they're escorting bombers, and you have absolutely no energy to fight with. So basically, once the enemy team comes and they decide they want to kill the bomber, or you, or whoever it may be, they're going to have no issue doing so. In fact, I think the most deadly thing about a bomber escort formation is just the bomber's gunners itself, because the fighters ain't going to be doing jack shit if they've been sitting at 40% throttled, matching the speed of the bomber at 330 kilometers an hour. If you really have to escort a bomber, that's completely fine, but continue to climb above him, stay in the general area, but get some speed, get some altitude, and if somebody does come to attack him, you're actually going to be able to put up a real fight and go fighter versus fighter, which is ultimately going to help your bomber buddy. Now this last one's pretty self-explanatory. If you're a new player or just any player, don't spend 70 bucks on this, or this.